Rubina, really? Like, what the heck? Out of all the notifications, you get this one late at night. I'm gonna do the dishes because guess who didn't do the dishes? My mother effing kids. So I was falling asleep. Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I fell asleep for a while and then I woke up and yeah. Since my oldest son is officially a high school graduated, whatever, he hasn't been staying home. He's been staying at his friend's house. And yesterday was his day to do the dishes. So guess who's gonna do them for him? Me, like always. So I'm gonna have to have a serious talk with him because this is some BS. I don't know why I'm doing dishes for you. Like, I don't give a flying shit. You know that you graduated, and I get it. You wanna, you know, I'm all for it. You're having fun. You just graduated. You wanna hang out with your friends and do nothing, and that's all awesome, but you still have chores to do, and if you don't do chores, guess who has to do them for you? Me. And I don't appreciate that, honestly. With that being said, I have a question for you guys. Hi, Patsy. How are you, friends? Hi, Lorena. Good morning, mamas. Is that morning for you? Hi, Joanne. How are you? And the family doing? Everybody's good. They're all asleep right now. Everyone's asleep, but I'm not gonna leave these dishes here, so. It's very frustrating, man. Very, very, very frustrating. And it bugs me that my kids, you know, be taking advantage and shit. Like, you know, you gotta do dishes. Then do the mother effing dishes. But, you know, the number one excuse in this household is, well, Nathaniel didn't do the dishes on his day, or they're not my dishes. Yesterday, so-and-so didn't do them, and it messes up the whole routine, and then everybody gets on my ass because everybody says that I baby my oldest because I do the chores for him, like I do dishes for him on his day, and that it's not fair because I baby him and he's my favorite. No, let me tell you why I do the chores for my oldest son, okay? Now tell me if you think that I'm wrong for this, okay? I do the dishes on my son's day, besides when it's time for him to clean the bathroom, I don't do that. I don't clean the bathroom for him. That is, you know, I'm not gonna do that shit. You need to clean your own bathroom. I don't shower in there. I don't pee in there. I don't poop in there. I'm not gonna do that. I already do the dishes on your day, so simple as that. But the reason I do the dishes for him sometimes, because he will do them sometimes. The only reason I do it when he doesn't is because it's not like he didn't do them because he forgot or he didn't want to, or, you know, he doesn't do them because he was going to school and getting out of work super late. That's the only reason why. Other than that, I promise you. Oh, my tripod's right here. Hello. Let me put you guys on it. That's the only reason why. Other than that, I wouldn't do it. Like I tell my other kids, when you get a job and you're going to school and working, then I'll do them for you too. I feel like that's fair. But my kids think that I'm babying him and blah, blah, blah. They think that he's my favorite and that I'm babying him, which is not true because I do it for all of them, you guys. Sometimes I do them for all of them. So it's not like it's, you know, I feel like it's fair, right? Like if he's home and he didn't do the dishes just for the heck of it, and then yeah, then that is a problem. But if I'm doing the dishes because he's at school and he works and goes to school, then I feel like that's fair. Like I don't have to do it, but I rather do it because if I don't do it, it's just gonna stay there. And then the next day when I tell the kids to do the dishes on their day, they're gonna tell me some dumbass excuse. And it doesn't even take that long, literally. I don't have a lot of dishes to do because whenever I cook, sometimes I actually do the dishes while I cook, so it goes by faster. We do them because that's our nature. Yes, but I try not to do it all the time because it's not fair. And like right now, like I said, I'm letting it slide. I'm not saying nothing. I'm letting him have a little free time. You know, he did just finish school. His last day was on Monday, and he's done with school. He's graduating, so you know, I'm gonna let him have a little fun with his friends, and simple as that. Graduation is next week, so I need to start doing the roses, not the roses, the flowers, you know, all the $2 bills that I got. I'm in the same boat as you, really. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but it doesn't take that long. And then when my kids do the dishes, they do shit like this, where this isn't that bad. And then, so now, I have extras. I always have extras for the same reason. But I'm just like, it really doesn't take that long. And I load the machine, so my kids act like it takes forever. Oh, God bless him. Thank you. Yes, I'm happy. Like, it was just less of a headache, you guys, because my oldest son, Nathaniel, he didn't graduate like with outstanding grades. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. My son graduated barely hanging by threads. And honest to God, I don't care as long as he graduated. That's it. Because I wasn't about to let him quit. I wasn't gonna let him quit. I don't care. Hell no. I always said as my job as a mother is to get you to graduate from high school. Now you go to college, that's a bonus. If you decide not to go to college, I don't care. As long as I do my job as a mother to get you through high school, that's it. After that, you can do whatever you want, you know? But I don't know about you guys, but I like my dishes. I like to scrub the dishes, especially if there's like tough stains on there. And then I'll still run them through the machine. But yeah, we are actually going on a little trip. So I'm excited. For Memorial Weekend. You guys know we love fishing. So, we're gonna be taking off this weekend. And then I think I'm gonna do like something like fun to celebrate mine and my man's anniversary. Even though he got me a gift and you know, he got me flowers and I got him a gift, I still want us to do something like romantic. And where we're going, I'll be able to plan it for that. I think I told my mom that she should come with us, but I don't know if she is. But it would be nice if she did come. And then you guys, I will officially be vlogging for this. I'm excited because I've been telling you guys that I'm gonna start vlogging for my YouTube again. And now, especially more than ever, now that the baby's here and Jaden is getting bigger and my son is graduating, these are like very special and important events that I definitely want to vlog. And that way, like I said, I like to do YouTube videos because later on in life, when I get all old and I'm a little viejita, and if I end up being like my grandma and I start, you know, forgetting stuff, and I could always have my kids play our old YouTube videos and maybe it'll bring my memory back. And then I want something my kids to look back on and be able to see. But you know what, too, you guys, sometimes I feel like, don't you guys think it's crazy how a lot of crazy ass true crime stories, they always play like videos of them when they were little and show like before all this shit happened when they were babies, and it's kind of like, do I really want to vlog this shit? Because every time I see true crime stories of somebody getting unalived, it has to do, you know what I mean? Is that creepy? That's what I think. How are the kids? Hi, Michael. How are you? Everybody's good. Everybody's getting big and busy, and yeah. But yeah, that's why that was my whole purpose of vlogging, because I actually used to do it all the time, but it got a little hard, you guys, because I used to go live every day, no matter what, at 8:30 at night. I went live, and I would be on live for up to 4 hours or longer, doing makeup. And then I ended up, it just got too hard, man, because editing videos, believe it or not, you guys, editing a video is not that easy. You have to do a lot of clipping. You gotta find music that you're not gonna get demonetized. As of right now, it doesn't really matter. what I post, because as of right now I am demonetized on YouTube. I used to be monetized, but unfortunately, since I stopped posting for a year straight, they demonetized me, which honestly I don't really care. I basically, like I said, I only did it because I wanted something to look back on when I get old, and maybe with my grandbabies, they would like to see how their parents used to act like a bunch of idiots when they were little, fighting with each other. And the thing is, you guys, like a lot of my videos, I feel like a lot of YouTubers, they try to make their life look so perfect and like no drama happens and their kids don't fight. Not me, I don't care. You get the raw everything. Even some of my old videos are super old when they're all little. Even my intro, you guys, my kids are all babies. Literally, they're all babies. So I need to make a new intro, and I think it would be perfect. I could show it to you guys, and it's gonna be like the same type of intro again, but more updated. With the kids being older and stuff, I think it'll be cute. And I think it would be perfect for me to start now. I was originally gonna do it when I first had the baby, but I do have some clips to share when the baby was born as well. So yeah, it's gonna be 1 a.m. there, then 2 a.m. in Texas. Yeah, it's 12:30. I go to bed a little early now, but tonight I decided. I was actually scrolling through my TikTok. That's the only reason why I didn't go live a little earlier. But I'm trying to be more active on live, you guys. So those of you guys that are sharing my lives and commenting and pushing the interaction button, like those of you that send me stars, I honest to God, I truly appreciate it, and I am very grateful and thankful. But don't feel like you have to send stars. I am fine without them. You guys just being here and sharing and posting helps a lot. So thank you. I appreciate it. Honestly, I truly appreciate it. Okay, let's do these bottles really fast because I'm actually going to sterilize some of them. And then the rest, I'm just going to wash my hand. See, like literally there's not really that much dishes. My kids like to act like there's dishes for days when there's not. Oh, I was gonna ask you guys, how many of you guys has a fridge? How many of you guys have a fridge in their home that makes ice? Up making roses. You're making roses? I need to make some money roses for my son for graduation. I got $200 worth of $2 bills. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna use all the money. I don't know if I need them all. But it would just be easier for me to do that than to do $1 bills, because the last time that I did a big ramo buchon for my stepson for his graduation. It took forever, you guys, because I did $1 bills. So definitely don't want to do that. So I got $2 bills, and plus I think $2 bills will just be more unique. So I need to start working on them. I'm gonna sterilize these bottles really fast besides the fact that I don't have to wash them, but it also, they get sterilized. They need to get sterilized. think I killed my freaking flowers outside. I'm such a freaking idiot. It's been so hot lately, and I literally forgot to water my plants. One full day. I forgot to water them, and they dried out so bad. And I was able to like bring them back to life a little bit, but they don't look as pretty and full as they were. And oh my god, it literally, it breaks my heart so bad. Like, as it is, my bulbs died. So I've been like keeping an eye on my ramo buchon. If you guys didn't see it, I'll show you guys my ramo right now. My ramo is beautiful. I'm seriously thinking of taking my ramo with me. I don't give a shit. Oh, wait, let me finish telling you guys this before I forget. How many of you guys have a refrigerator that has a built-in ice machine? I asked because I was wondering if your guys is broke too, because I heard it's very common for them to break due to whatever reason. So we haven't replaced it. Literally, I got like an old school ice tray to make ice. But now it's just like getting overwhelming using that machine, especially like in the heat. Not, well, not a machine, but the ice thingy. So I was gonna buy an ice machine from Target, but dude, they're $300. What the fuck? Be for real. For a good one, for a decent size one, it's $300. So I was wondering if anybody knows. We actually got when the machine first broke, the ice machine. I actually hired somebody professionally, a handyman, to come out because Michael couldn't figure it out. And we had somebody come look at it or whatever. Like Michael didn't really look into it too much, but at the time our dryer or our washer had broke too. So I hired somebody to come and look at it and see if they could fix it. And they couldn't fix it. They couldn't fix the dryer and the ice machine. Michael ended up fixing, I believe was the dryer. He ended up fixing it. But the ice machine, he didn't really bother. I know that there's like a piece that needs to get replaced. Anyways, I don't want to go and buy a whole new fridge for an ice machine, especially because we need a big fridge. I mean, we could always put this fridge in the garage. We could always put this one in the garage and stock it up and then get another one in here. But dude, fridges are not cheap. Besides that, whenever COVID happened, since we have a big family, my father-in-law, everybody was obviously freaking out about COVID. And my father-in-law was nice enough to buy us a little square freezer to put in the garage to stock up with food, like frozen food. But honestly, I used it for a while, and then after a while I decided to get rid of it because in all reality we were just wasting frozen food. I would forget that I had shit in there, and I kept buying and buying and buying and buying food, and then eventually I realized I had a bunch of expired freaking hamburger meat steaks and shit like that. So I was like, I'm not using this no more. We ended up getting rid of it. I ended up getting rid of it because we were just basically wasting food at that point. So I was like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna freaking keep doing this. Besides that, you guys, let me tell you something. Whenever you have a fridge and a frozen, like a small little freezer in your garage in the winter, when we had that, you guys, due to that little freezer in the winter, before we got my my project car, my lowrider that we're building, I used to park in the garage. I can't park in the garage no more, even if I wanted to. My SUV is too big. It wouldn't fit in there. Anyways, I used to park in the garage, and obviously in the winter when it gets cold, every time you open and close the garage, shit could come in, right? So, due to having that little freezer, you know, when it's plugged in, yeah, the food and everything in the inside is super cold, but underneath the freaking freezer, it's super warm and hot because of all the metals and shit that keeps it, like when it's plugged in, the electrical shit. So due to that, it made us get I think we had 2 mice twice, I believe, and it was in the winter, and it was due to mice coming in. Because of that, luckily every time they never came in the house. It was just in the garage, and Michael, like this, was able to get them, and he's the one that always hears them right away. And luckily, that's the only, knock on wood, that's the only time we've had mice in the garage. And after we got rid of that little freezer, we've never had that problem anymore. But just beware. I mean, in Rio Rancho, you know what sucks? I know every place that you live in every state is different. So regarding where you live, like depending on the location you live, everybody gets different things in their house. Some people get sugar ants, some people get mice, some people get huge ass spiders, some people get what is it called, centipedes, some people get freaking roaches. And believe it or not, you guys, roaches don't come just because your house is dirty. It could be something that is on the outside, like where you live. Doesn't have to specifically be because your house is dirty. I promise you that. Because over here, it's bad, dude. It's so fucking bad. At first, when we first moved over here, I mean, luckily, we don't have the issue inside of my house, but outside, it's bad, bro. When we first moved here, at the old house, my neighbors were really, really dirty. I've never in my life ever witnessed people throwing their trash from their kitchen into, you know, the trash bins that you put your trash bag in, so that way the trash people can pick up the dumpster and move, right? My neighbors never used trash bags. They would literally go outside and dump their kitchen trash and bathroom trash into their little dumpster. And then whenever the trash people would come, oh my God, bro. They used to get so freaking mad at my neighbors because every time that they would pick up the thing to go like this to put it in the trash, all their food and trash would go all over the floor. They would complain so much about my neighbor. So due to that, I believe that is the reason why there was so many fucking roaches outside, and they were coming to our house too due to that, right? So when we first moved here, I was like, dude, there was a few times that we found a few roaches, but they were always by the garage, like by the garage door, like right on the entrance. It's so weird, you guys. It's like, it's almost like the minute they would come into the house, boom, they would fucking die. It was so fucking weird. But anyways, when that first happened, when we first moved here, I truly thought that some of the roaches had came from the old fucking house when we moved. Like, that's what I really thought. And recently, after a few years of living here, I mean, obviously after we unpacked and got rid of the boxes, never again did I ever see roaches. Very rare if I ever saw one, but I would see them outside, like in the backyard. And I always thought, oh, it has to be due to the fucking neighbors or whatever. Well, whenever we bought my big old 12-foot skeleton, you guys, to be honest with you, my neighbors on the left side of my house, I mean, I don't even know if they live there right now. I think the kids live there by themselves, to be honest, the older kids. Something happened, you guys, but there's been a lot of cars out of state coming and checking up with the kids, the neighbors, but they're like very quiet. They never come outside. I never see them outside. We never see people interacting with them till recently, right? Anyways, whenever we got my big old 12-foot skeleton, I literally remember putting my Halloween lights outside the frame of my 12-foot skeleton. And this time, you know, roaches only come out in the dark at night, right? So I remember one time I was trying to fix my lights and there was no lights on the other side where my 12-foot skeleton was. So once I lit it, dude, and I was like bent over like this trying to fix the light to connect them, boom, there was a bunch of fucking roaches. And I was like, what the fuck? And they were all towards my neighbor's side of his house, like the middle where the tree is. And I was like, oh hell no. I came and I grabbed the freaking like the spray that, you know how they sell the ant spray, but it's ants and roaches, because we used to have really bad issue with the roaches with the sugar ants. So I ended up going and grabbing that and I started spraying it or whatever. Well, little did I know that literally this area in Rio Rancho is very common. There's literally, for whatever reason, sugar ants and roaches and mice is what the fuck it is over here. And I didn't know that. This whole time, I thought that they had came with us from the fucking neighbor's house, dude. And nope. That's what it is. So ever since I discovered that that's really what the issue is that every state and every location you live at is different. Now I am like overprotective, like when it comes to making sure the garage door is shut completely. When you come in and out, don't leave it open at all. Make sure you don't leave trash outside. The good thing is like our front yard is super clean due to HOA, and besides that, the backyard we did clean a lot ever since my troubles passed. Michael pulled all the weeds and stuff, so we don't really have stuff in the back that would cause to have roaches, but it's common over here and it's kind of fucking gross. But believe it or not, you don't have to have a dirty house for them. It's just wherever you live. And I haven't seen no more mice or anything like that. And the sugar ants, I don't get no more sugar ants because obviously I was able to use the best stuff that there is out there. But hubby was saying that we should have them come and spray the outside of the house at least once, so we don't have any issues with that. But I realized that HOA comes and sprays. They spray like some green thing that, or it's blue, I don't know. It makes the rocks change colors, and that's why they do it, you guys, due to the fucking bugs. And oh hell no, dude. Oh, I fucking hate that shit. Like like I can't, bro. That shit disgusts me so bad. So just know, every location is different. Oh my god, dude, my auntie, she used to live in El Dorado, in Santa Fe. Well, over there, closer to Santa Fe in El Dorado, and bro, they're infested with fucking mice. It's crazy. I remember one time we were going to Mexico, so we left in the middle of the night, and on the road you could see a bunch of fucking mice like all over the street, and that's what their location has, that and centipedes. But at my mom's in Santa Fe, where she lives, on her side of town, they get big old freaking like spiders this big, and they're white, fucking creepy as fuck, long ass legs too. And it's like, well, what would you rather have? Sugar ants, roaches, mice? Like I could not with the mice, bro. I could not. Like, that's why I'm so scared. If I were to ever catch a mouse in my house, I would die. At the old house, when we lived in the trailer, one time we found one mouse and we didn't even find it, dude. Troubles. My dog was the one that let us, like, alerted us that there was a mouse, because one time in the middle of the night I just heard my dog fucking going back and forth, running all over the house, and we're like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, you know, sometimes dogs start running back, and at least my dog is like this, where they like just get a wild hair up their butt out of nowhere and they start running back and forth all over the house like crazy, just random out of the blue. Troubles used to do that all the time. But that night he would just not stop, wouldn't stop. And then finally Michael went in the kitchen and he's like, there's a fucking mouse in the house. Oh my God, dude. I couldn't believe it. I was pregnant at the time with Jaden. Dude, I literally was sitting up here in the middle of the island. Michael was over there trying to move the stove because the motherfucker had went underneath the stove. And Troubles was trying to like get under there with his paws. So eventually Troubles got the mouse, dude. Michael pulled the stove forward and then Troubles went fucking got the mouse with, like, obviously bit it. And after that we never saw one again. But I was so traumatized after that. I told Michael if we were ever to get any freaking mice in the house, it would be very hard for me to want to stay in this house, because imagine, you guys, we have a 2-story home. Even a regular 1-level, like 1-story house is scary to have a mouse because they could hide anywhere and go anywhere. But imagine over here and how big my house is, like, and I just stop and I think about like all the toys that the kids have, and oh my God, I would die. I would freaking die. Like, I'm not even playing. I don't think I would be able to. I would leave my house. I don't give a shit. I don't do well with spiders. Me either. Like, Michael laughs at me because I call them animals, and he's like, they're not animals, they're insects, he said. I said, I don't give a fuck. I call them animals. I don't like animals. Dude, if I'm scared of cats, bro, please. You know what is weird though? Like, I remember my friend used to have a snake, and I wasn't afraid to hold the snake. Like, I remember I would hold it and put it around me, like they would put it around me now. And I don't know if maybe it was because I was younger and I was trying to be cool, that's why I wasn't scared of snakes. But it's weird that I even wouldn't be. That's kind of weird of me not to be scared of them. But yeah, Michael's like, they're not animal. He's like, they're insects. And I don't give a fuck. They're freaking animals. Hi, Allison. Yeah, so now you guys, if we haven't had not one single sugar ant at all this year. Even last year I was able to manage it. Right now is when you start seeing them really, really bad. But the stuff that I use, girl, it is amazing, and it beats paying. I think it was like 100 and some a month that you pay for them to come and spray your house, and you would still get sugar ants. But the stuff that I use, no sugar ants. And I honestly think that the stuff that I use also works with the roaches and all that shit too. I made rolled up enchiladas. I'm surprised there's even one left because everybody munched that shit down. So I'm just gonna throw all this away. I gotta throw the trash, but I honestly don't. I really don't want to go. Let me turn you guys this way. I don't want to go outside. I really don't. Actually, I could put this over here better. But imagine, dude, how infested it would be. Like, heck no, girl. To wash this. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, that stuff that I use works really good. That's why I'm saying that it's so weird. Like, if I ever find any roach, if I ever do, because I really don't, it's like they die instantly as soon as they come into the house, and it's only like by the garage door. And obviously it's because Michael works on his car with the garage door open. But yeah, at first I was like, dude, there's something up with the neighbors, because how the fuck is there so many? That day I was so freaked out. I had never seen so many little, and they weren't big roaches, you guys. They were like baby little roaches. And I guess that's why HOA has to come and spray every so often all the houses. That's why, like, even though HOA is a pain in the ass, I am so grateful to have them, because they maintenance all of that. And then I was gonna go and like I was gonna do one of those like what is it, like a bomb, the smoke bombs that you put in the garage or in the house to prevent all of that. I can't even do it because of the baby. Oh fuck, my little thing. I can't do it because of that. Do you guys have plans for Memorial Weekend? I'm not gonna be able to go and put my little angel wings at my grandma's. Today that I went to Target, I seen one of my friends from Santa Fe. I guess she lives out here now. And I was like, oh, that's cool. She's like, I see you on your lives all the time. And I'm like, and you don't say hello? Do you low-key be watching me? Is that what you do? Because I don't see your name or anything on my live. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, but she's from my hometown, so it's kind of weird how I ran into her out of all places, because I went to the Target that isn't even the closest to my house, and I ran into her. She lives on that side of town, I guess. I was like, oh shit, what are the chances of that? See, if I would have had my kids do the dishes, they wouldn't be doing all these pots. They would have left that there, and then I would have had to deal with it in the morning, because they only do what's in the sink. And then I would have gotten super pissed off, and then I would have yelled at them, and then it would have started a big old ass fight, like always. Yeah, I don't know where them's at where you are, sir. Bro, let me tell you, people are messy on social media, like, fuck, bro. The fact that I got people trying to lie and cover their asses on certain things is hella funny. To try to act like, I don't know, for a fact, certain things that happened in the past. Like, it don't matter what you say or what you claim. At the end of the day, I know for a fact what happened. So it don't even matter who's trying to warn me or pass on messages or let me know about certain things. Like, it don't even matter, because I've already known the truth since the get-go. That's so weird to me. You guys, I'm super pumped about those little drops. I'm like really curious how much I'm gonna weigh. My goal is to lose at least 15 pounds. And I think I can do it, dude. With these little drops that I'm taking, everybody's body works differently, and some things work better for other people than what it does for you, you know? So what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. I was taking these gummies that are supposed to help you lose weight, and I took them for over a week, and they didn't do nothing. And they're meant to like make you clean your system out by using the restroom as well. And it didn't do nothing for me. Like, honestly, I didn't see no like major difference. But the ones that I take now, girl, they work. Do they work? They work. So I'm excited to see how much I'm gonna weigh by my birthday. Because I've only been taking it for a week. It's gonna be a week, I believe, and I've seen a huge difference already, which is like super exciting, obviously. Even like the pants that I'm wearing right now, these pants fit me super, super tight, and now they don't. They actually fit me more on the looser side. What time is it? It's gonna be one. See, my kids wouldn't have did this shit. I would have been all left there too. Dude, I literally realized that the whole purpose of me asking you guys about the fridge was I was wondering if anybody has any advice on how I could fix the fridge, because obviously the people I called couldn't do it. But I definitely don't want to have to go buy a whole other fridge just for the ice machine, because everything else works perfectly fine. And I also don't want to buy an ice machine. I don't want to spend $300 on a decent size ice machine. And I know they have different ones, but I want like specifically the one that makes certain ice. And the cheapest one they have is $170, and it doesn't make a lot of ice. And I have a big family, so that ice will be gone. So the next one up from that one is $300. Yes, I've showed it already a few times. They're basically they're lymphatic or lymphatic. How do you say it? I don't know how I don't know how to say it when I heard it a million times when I had my surgery. Lymphatic drainage drops. Okay, I gotta put all this. I didn't even get a chance to build my baby's little play set that I got for Jaden and the baby. I haven't had a chance to do it, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to now, because we are, maybe I'll tell my son or my brother to build it. We're gonna be staying here. I don't think my son's gonna go, to be honest with you, because he has to work, or my stepson, so they'll probably just stay here. I'm like, y'all better not no parties over here, boy. have a problem. So my doctor's the one that recommended for me to take these drops, you guys, because I was telling him that I noticed that my body was still getting very swollen. And the fact that I feel like I know my body, and normally my body it snatches back up instantly after having a baby. And obviously it's a little different now because I did gain 200 pounds. And he was like telling me that in all reality, the swelling, it just indicates that it's body weight, like water weight. So my body isn't draining like it's supposed to. So you have to like basically push your body to drain how it's supposed to. Hold on. So to do that, you have to kind of push your body to do it naturally. And the drops that I use are like basically natural herbs. Like it's all natural, so it's not like you're taking any, like how people are doing the shots or the pills and all that stuff to help you lose weight. It's not like that. And I'm scared to do that, bro. The fact that people are over there ordering shots to take to help them lose weight, and then all of a sudden they go from the weight that they don't like to being super skinny. I mean, that's awesome and everything, but isn't that scary that you're like basically shooting yourself up? And like, since when is that okay to do that? Like, since when is it normally like doctors are the ones that prescribe shit and give you shit and you have to do it there, but now you could just order it online and boom, everybody's shooting up their stomach? That's crazy to me. I don't want to do that. That scares me. That scares me a lot. No lie. I don't think I could do that. Yeah, it's water weight basically. So these little drops help me with that. But I noticed the difference like on my double chin, because my double chin would get really big towards the end of the day. And look at it now, like even from like this, from a lower angle, normally this is where you can see it really bad, and look at it, it's not like how it used to be where it was so big. Not no more, girl. And this is only 1 week of taking them, so I could just imagine. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that by my birthday, to be a skinny mini. Which is crazy because my entire life I hated being skinny, and now my goal is to go back to being small again. Weird. And even though I'm gonna lose weight, I'll still be fine because I feel like I don't really care about losing weight like in anywhere besides like my arm area, like up here, and my stomach, and that's it. And obviously my double chin. But other than that, like I'm fine with my legs and my butt and all that. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. It's mainly like just the stomach and the double chin. But God willing, everything goes good with this little. I keep like my progress is like what it is now, and I'll be fine. Have you ever tried it? You can lose a lot of weight. I lost 50 pounds. No, like, wait, what are you talking about? What did you use? Thank you, Lorena. Like, I'm fine. It's just mainly my belly. But again, like, it's been a year since I had my son, and I used to weigh 200 pounds. So it's kind of obvious that I'm not going to bounce back like I did with my other kids when I only used to weigh 140. But I don't know, what are you talking about, like the shot thing? If that's what you're talking about, no. I'm scared to do it, and I see a lot of people do it and they lose like a lot of weight, but to be honest with you, everybody is doing a bunch of everybody uses, I always see people promoting different things, so it's like, how do you know what really works, you know? And then the fact that you could just order it, and how do you know if you're, I don't know, I just think it's dangerous. And I don't want to go back to super skinny either. I'm trying to go back to being at least I'll be happy at 140, 145. Shit, I'll even take 150 because, girl, I'm 170 some. Imagine my entire life, I always used to be 120, 115 was the most I've ever weighed my entire life, and then, you know, a lot of people also try to say like, oh, well, once you start getting older, you do gain weight too, but that's not the case. That's not my situation. I'm not saying it's not true, but honest to God, that's not my situation. I forced myself to gain weight to be able to get my surgery. This dude, like I was literally drinking shakes to gain weight to be able to get my surgery. So that wasn't my issue that I'm getting older, so I'm gaining weight because of that. No, I literally, and besides that, I have thyroid issues, which when you have thyroid issues, that's the #1 problem. Either you gain a lot of weight or you lose a lot of weight, or you're in my situation where you go up and down. And for a minute there, I was super, super skinny due to my thyroid. I've never tried it, Lori. One brand, I don't know who they are, but they actually sent me like the Shake Slim Fast or something. I don't know. They sent me like a whole PR package with a bunch of stuff. And at the time I was skinnier than skinny. So to me it was like, girl, like I'm not gonna take this. I'm so skinny, like I'm trying to gain weight. So I never took it. And then now I actually was cleaning my closet out in my makeup room, and I so happened to find the package with all the stuff in it, like the shakes and stuff, but I honestly think they're probably already expired. But I'm scared to do that. Like all of a sudden everybody could go just order online these shots to take these shots, and then now it's like, oh, we don't offer them in a shot anymore. Now you could take it as a pill. Like, that scares me. And then what happens if it makes me get super skinny, like how I was? I don't want to be like that. I just want, honestly, the way things are going for me now, I'm fine, you know, with my stomach going down slowly but surely. And then once I get to my goal weight, and I know that as long as, I say I want to go down to 150, 145, but if I notice that my belly goes down by the time I'm 160, then I'll stay at 160. I'm really like not, I'm just set at my stomach being like completely flat, like flat, like this, then I'll be happy, you know? Other than that, I don't really care about going any skinnier. And, you know, even though these girls, you know, my favorite, my best friend, my #1 fan, my best friend always calls me Miss Piggy. Call me Miss Piggy all you want, but my man actually likes me like this. So oink oink baby, because my man likes it. He's like, Chris, why do you want to lose weight? You look good. So, you know, the only people that matters is me and my man. Because he's the one that has to look at me and touch me, and as long as he's okay with it and I'm okay with it, it shouldn't matter, right? Fuck it, oink oink. Oink oink, mother effer. Oink oink it is. Don't care. Oink oink. Oh my god, you scared me, Nate. I didn't even hear the door. You just got out of work? Oh. You scared me, dude. I'm currently doing your dishes. That everybody complains to me about. Let me turn you guys this way because it's my son. I didn't even hear him come in. Normally, like, the door will say front door open. I didn't even hear it. Okay. we are done. Let me go ahead and fill up this bottle really fast. I need to find all these bottles. I have 4 washing. I have this one 5, 6 upstairs, but I am missing a lot of bottles. Yeah. As long as my man is happy and I'm happy. And by the way, you guys, I was thinking about removing my boobies because, oh shit, good catch. I'm tired of having big boobs. Bro, my boobs are so freaking heavy. It's not even funny. I went from an A cup to double D's, and then when I got pregnant, they went to triple D's. I don't freaking know. They got really big. But now I'm back to, I think I might be a little bit bigger than double D's, but I hate this part. Like, look at how heavy my boobs are, that it literally already indented me right here. Do you see that? And I never used to have that, but it's literally from my bra strap. So that's why, like, for the longest time I wouldn't wear a bra, but look at this. Do you see the little dent right there? And it's from my boobies being so heavy. And I was honestly thinking about removing them. I don't care if I'm back to negative A. But I had, I went to go and see my doctor about getting them, and it's obviously really up to me if I want to remove them or get new ones or go smaller or whatever. But as of right now, I think I'm fine. But yeah, I think so. Basically, it's like my boobs is the same thing. If I lose weight, my boobs will shrink too, just like anything else. And my mom was like, well, if you lose a lot of weight, you know, you're gonna lose your, you know, my nalgas are gonna shrink a lot. And I honestly think they already did shrink a lot. My butt shrunk a lot. But I'm happy with the size I have. It's not too big or too small. I think it's perfect. So even if I were to lose a little bit more weight, I would be okay with my butt like that. I do know for a fact that there's a lot of girls who have gone and actually removed their butts, got reductions done. But bro, I feel so bad for one specific person because I don't really know if I even want to say this because people will turn it into something else, but I just feel really bad for one person because I truly feel like this person that got surgeries done, I truly feel, especially because I've gone through it and I've been through the experience and I've dealt with different doctors, except my doctor did both of my surgeries except my boobs. I got those done way before. But I feel like in this person's situation, I truly feel like her doctors straight up took advantage of her, honest to God. Because I don't know any doctor that would ever suggest for their patient to do what they told this individual to do. It just doesn't even make any sense. So it kind of seems like they just took her for her money and she went with it just like any other person would. If your doctor is telling you to do certain things and they're the professionals, you're going to believe them and you're going to do it, right? But I think that in her situation, they took advantage and basically had her do stuff that she shouldn't have done, and now they're going through it. And I think that happens to a lot of women, you guys, like a lot of women. I see a lot of girls that get mommy makeovers and they do their BBL. They do a tummy tuck and a BBL at the same time, and you're not supposed to do that. Because for one, you're not even supposed to sit on your butt after you get surgery. So if your doctor's telling you that it's okay to sit on your butt after you get a BBL, because you can't lay on your stomach when you get a tummy tuck, because they remove a whole chunk of your stomach and now you have this big old scar. Of course you can't lay on your stomach because of that. So I find it very mind-blowing that some doctors will be like, oh no, it's okay, you can do both. And then they do the surgery and boom, you're all sitting on your butt. You're not supposed to do that. That's how fat cells die. When you first get a BBL, you lose automatically, no matter who you are, you're gonna lose 30% of your fat cells. That gets transferred, dies. 30% off the bat. It doesn't matter if it's good fat cells or if it's not good fat cells, it don't matter. 30% dies no matter what. But then when you sit on it, when you sit on your butt, you cause yourself to kill more fat cells. That's why you're not supposed to. So there's a lot of doctors out there that they just see you as money and they'll just lie to you and be like, oh no, it's okay, you can do it, and no, that's not true. So you have to make sure you do your research. But yeah, I feel really bad for this girl because I truly think they took advantage of her and had her do specific surgeries that she shouldn't have done because it made her outcome not look really good. And I feel really bad for that person. I even, I know one of the girls that got one, she's actually, one of the girls is, she's a YouTuber, and her hips weren't even. One was actually higher than the other. So they kept telling her to go and do this and do that, and at the end she listened to them, and it ended up messing up her whole body. What looked so deformed. And then another thing too, when you have hip dips and you try to, like, let's say you want to go get your hip dips filled in, right? And you go and you put fat cells to get them to look wider and to hide the hip dips, right? My doctor straight up told me, well, I don't have hip dips, so that wasn't my issue, but my doctor had told me that though whenever you have some of the things that he refuses to do on women is, like, if you're super skinny, he refuses to do a surgery on you. If you don't have enough fat to transfer, he will not just say yes just to do it. He won't take your money. And if you want to do hip dips, he won't do it. He won't do a BBL and a tummy tuck in the same surgery. He makes you wait back to back till you heal from one to another. But hip dips is something that he says that no matter what, it won't last. It's basically doctors are just getting you for your money, because if you do a surgery for hip dips, no matter what, once they do it, by a few months later, you're gonna lose all of it. So it's basically a waste of money. So when doctors are saying they can do it, in all reality, it's not true. It's gonna die. So they're just getting you to take your money, basically. That's all it is. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so when I got 2 rounds BBLs, but I basically, the first one was officially a BBL, so I got Lipo 360, which is they suck all your fat from your stomach and your back, and then they put it in your butt, well, inject it in your butt cheeks. And then the second time I went wasn't to make my butt bigger. It was more to go and remove the remainder of the fat that I had in my stomach, because there's like a limit of how much they can remove. So it was mainly for them to remove the remainder that they couldn't remove the first time, and then whatever they did pull out of the remainder fat that they pulled out, they went ahead and put it wherever I needed it to fill in little spots. If I had like any little like spots that looked bigger than the other, or just, it's more for shaping. It wasn't more to make my butt look bigger. It was more to do the shaping, like the molding. That's why I went the second round. A lot of girls either go more for the shaping and the molding, or they go a second round to get bigger, and then the third time is for molding. I didn't want a bigger butt. I just wanted to go the second round more for removing the remainder, and then I ended up doing right here my double chin, and then this part right here, and then he barely even did anything to my molding because my outcome came out fine the first time, because naturally I already had like the shaping. I just was really skinny. But the nice thing about a BBL is that if you lose weight, you lose. If I were to go down to 120, I would completely go back to not having anything, like how I started. So that's the nice thing about it. Unless you don't want that and you're super skinny and you can't gain weight and you get a BBL done and then you keep losing and you're gonna lose it all, and it's kind of like pointless. For example, Wendy Ortiz, she's very, very tiny and she got a BBL. So in her situation, her results afterwards was very natural. You could barely even see a difference on her butt because obviously she was already tiny, so they didn't have much to work with. But whenever she was showing her results at the beginning, when she was barely she's not even a year in, right? And she was showing her results, and a lot of people were coming at her like, oh, you can't even tell and you could barely see it, and other people were saying like, oh, it's very natural and it looks good on you, and you could see a difference because before she had nothing. But all those people didn't realize like she's still swollen. So the little that you see now is gonna go away. The only way her results would actually like fluff up and get bigger is if she gains weight. So as of right now, I mean, I seen that she was on live a few days ago and she was talking about how she's sad because the results that she had are already starting to go away, and it's because she was swollen. But if she gains weight, her butt will actually, because girl, when I was pregnant and I was 200 pounds, my ass was humongous. I hated it. Literally. It was so humongous. I freaking couldn't believe how big my butt. I literally lived in leggings and sweats because of how big my butt got. So now that it's shrinking, I'm okay with it. That's why, like, I'm fine with my results. And if I lose another 10 pounds, I'm okay with it too. I don't mind it. I'm just glad that I didn't go overboard, because there's some girls that go overboard, man. And if your genetics is already kind of being a big girl, yeah, that's not good. And me, I've always been very tiny, and my mom is super tiny too, you guys. Like, she's always been like healthy looking, but then she became vegan and now she's skinny. And my daughter gets all mad because I was telling my daughter, I'm like, everybody keeps thinking that those are Wendy's results when that's not the case. Like, she even knows that. Your doctor will tell you your real results doesn't come until a whole 6 months. Whatever you look like, that's what you basically are, because you go through the fluffing stage. But afterwards, whenever you finish going through the fluffing stage when you're a year. That's when you start going through the whole, like, okay, if you lose weight, you shrink. If you gain weight, you get bigger. For a minute there, girl, I was scared because my butt was humongous, and I'm like, dude, it better not stay like this. And even when I got my second round, and my daughter went with me for my second round, because my first BBL, my man went with me, Michael went with me, and he took care of me. And obviously you could see the difference, you could see the results, like really, really bad, because obviously I had nothing, and then my stomach was super flat, and you could just see the shaping really, really good. But the second time I went, I was like, because my daughter too, she's like, Mom, did they even do anything to you? Because it looked like they didn't do anything. Till literally 3-4 months later, you could see the difference. But again, I never went to get me bigger butt cheeks. It was more to do the more of the molding, shaping, and to remove the remainder of my fat that I had. I waited a whole year to go back to him. He's a good doctor. He's a really good doctor, but his receptionist, the girls that work in the front, are trash. Literally, they're freaking trash. They treat you like if you just you're going in there to buy a t-shirt, and it's like, nah, girl, this is a big life-changing experience, and then you guys treat us like shit. Like, And the doctor, you like, what are you gonna do? Tell the doctor that they're being assholes to you? And then you don't want to piss off your doctor. Imagine when when you go under, like, that was my thing. Like, if you guys remember going through the whole process with me, like, I kept telling you guys that the girls in the front desk were a bunch of, like, BICTHs. And everybody kept telling me, like, you should complain to the doctor, like, let him know. And I'm like, dude, what if I do complain to the doctor, and let's just say my surgeon is like this with the girls in the front, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, fuck it, take her money, and then whenever you do her surgery, give her one butt cheek bigger than the other. So I was literally scared to tell him because I didn't want to come back all lopsided. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but I'm serious. I was like, I'm not gonna chance it and then boom, come back with one butt cheek bigger than the other. And the number $1 million question, do I regret getting my surgery? Honestly, from 100% honest with you, I don't regret it at all. I don't. I'm happy with my results. I'm currently still happy. I was a little scared when I was pregnant, but obviously my butt shrunk a lot once I lost weight. But other than that, I can't complain. He was a really good doctor. He's board certified, and he doesn't have any losses, which is very important to check whenever you go get a surgery. For one, make sure he's board certified because he keeps up with his education. Every so often they have to go in there and get new training if they discover new ways of doing certain things to keep you alive and making it safer for you. That's why you want to go to a board certified doctor, because they are basically letting you know that they're up to date with all the new training there is for surgeries. And also, when they're board certified, you have access to seeing how many people they have done surgeries on and how many people passed away. And my doctor has no bodies at all. Like, he has no deaths. Sorry guys, I don't know if you guys are commenting, but if you guys want to know what doctor I went to, message me and I could send you his info. I never shared the name of my doctor unless you messaged me and asked me who I went to. Then I provided you the information. But other than that, I never shared it on my YouTube video. I never shared it on Facebook. I shared how much I paid, but I never shared any of the other information. And the only reason why I didn't is because at the time I was really going through a lot of drama with, you know, my super obsessed friends. And at the time they were literally, they probably would have called my doctor and said some shit just to screw me over. So that's why I never shared. Unless you were really serious and you messaged me and asked me for the info, then I provided it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. My little coffee is done. I love my little heart. Look at these cups. I found these at Target. And they were literally $5 each. So I bought 6 of them. And they're cute little heart shaped mugs, but look at the color, and they're like marble. Like, aren't these stinking cute? Look, it's like marble. Aren't they cute? And before I leave, girl, look at this. Let me show you something. So remember, if you're looking for a doctor, make sure they're board certified and check how many bodies they have, so you know. But look at my ramo that I got for my anniversary. Aren't they beautiful? Hold on. I don't want them to fall. I don't want to keep taking them out of the water, but look at these beautiful ramo buchon. My first official ramo buchon of 100 roses. Long stand roses at that. They're so beautiful. I love them. I told my mom I'm gonna go everywhere with them. If I didn't have the baby, I dead ass would, but it's hard to carry a baby and a ramo, imagine. I'm gonna post like some cute pictures with them and stuff. I just haven't had the chance to like upload anything yet. But I'm gonna, girl. I'm gonna. And if you're in the Rio Rancho area and you're looking for somebody that does ramo buchones, message me and I'll give you her info. But she's my new flower plug. Well, actually, hubby's, not mine, because he's the one that got them for me. But anyways, you guys, I love you guys so much. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys are commenting or not, honest to God. I don't see them, so I'm not ignoring you if you are commenting. Facebook just starts to hide the comments after a while. So I'm gonna drink my little coffee and take my little drops and call it a night. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.